Merry Christmas, everybody. Whether you are pre-Thanksgiving, post-Thanksgiving, or maybe you're like me and you're mid-Thanksgiving, we can all agree that it's now Christmas time. So welcome to a bonus Christmas-themed episode of Unlearning Youth Group. We're normally the podcast where we take a look at all the things we learned back in youth group, find the good, unlearn the bad, and figure out where the heck we go from here. But today, we're not doing that. Nope. Today, we're just having some fun. If we haven't met, my name is Jonathan Carone, and we're joined, as always, by our co-host, Mr. Eric Williams. Eric, go ahead and say hey to the people.
Hey, what is up? I have no idea what's going to happen today, but, you know, this is we're getting in the Christmas spirit.
Yeah. After last season, we need a little bit of a palate cleanser. We had a pretty heavy political season, so before we head into season 6 on January 9th, we wanted to have a little bit of fun with you today, but also we kind of have some other motives as well, because starting in January, we're going to be putting the video versions of the podcast out on YouTube so you can watch us. And what you don't realize is Eric and I both showed up to this in costume today, not realizing that the other person was going to be in costume.
That's what makes it a great duo.
I thought I was going to surprise you, then you showed up with your nipples hanging out. So even better. But in the past, we just did the audio on YouTube so you could listen there. But if you want to watch Eric and I and see what we're wearing, Eric's is so much better than mine right now. You'll be able to do that in January. But also this episode today is our YouTube debut. So here's what we want you to do. In the show notes for today, there's a link to the YouTube version for the episode. We want you to head over to that link and subscribe to Unlearning Youth Group on YouTube. You can watch it if you want, but we just want that subscription. You can go back and listen to it on podcast. Watching it should be fun. Before you get worried, the show's going to stay on the podcast. It's going to be podcast focused, but we do want to add that visual element for people who have been asking for it.
And now, the first time you see it, you might decide you don't want that visual element, but that's okay because I'm okay with that. And subscribing doesn't cost you anything. And if you're sitting here thinking like, well, I don't normally subscribe to whatever, that's even better. Just go on over there and hit the little subscribe button. You know, that's free for you, but it means the world does.
Ring the bell.
That's right.
Your kids watch YouTube videos. Ring the bell. They know how to subscribe. If you
Every time you subscribe to Unlearning Youth Group, an angel gets his wings.
Well, and here's the other thing. Today, we're going to give out a free t-shirt. So watch the show, listen to the show. But the only way you can get a free shirt is if you are on YouTube. So we'll get into that a little bit later. But there's a game that my worship pastor introduced me to, and I've also seen it on TikTok. If you've ever played fantasy football or if you watch sports, you know what a draft is. Teams take turns picking the player they want to put on their team. Today, Eric and I are going to be drafting the worst Christmas songs. We each get 5 picks to put together our best team of bad Christmas songs. And at the end, you get to pick the winner. This is where the shirt thing comes in. On YouTube, yes, we're pushing to YouTube again, so get used to hearing that. But on YouTube, when we're done, we want you to comment on who you think has put together the 5 worst Christmas songs and pick who wins. Do I win? Does Eric win? Who wins? We're going to go through and pick a random person from those comments, maybe 2, maybe 3. So we'll see how frisky we're feeling. And that person or those people will win a free t-shirt from our merch store that is conveniently found at unlearningyouthgroup.com. We're just all about self-promotion today. That's all we're doing. But before we start drafting, we have to determine who gets first pick. And I see no other way, Eric, than to determine this by a game of rock, paper, scissors. A visual medium that you will only get the full effect of if you watch us on YouTube. Okay. So we'll do best 2 out of 3. We throw on shoot, rock, paper, scissors, shoot, and on shoot we throw. Okay. Ready? Round 1. Rock, paper, scissors, shoot. There's a delay. All right. Eric put rock. Eric wins round 1. Round 2. Rock, paper, scissors, shoot. Yeah, he got that one too. So Eric goes first. Okay. There was a delay, but Eric, it is your board, your pick. You have your board. I have my board. Let's throw out some picks and see who can draft the worst Christmas songs ever. The best team of bad Christmas songs. You got the first pick. Go for it.
Yeah. So like this whole thing is I've got a list of just the absolute worst songs based on like, it doesn't matter who sings them. These are just problematic songs and they're terrible. And then I've got a list of like songs that I just don't like that are bad. So I have to like make this mental decision in my head. Which board do I draft from? And I think I'm going to go.
Do we go our least favorite songs, or do we go with the songs that are going to make our team win? And that's the decision you have to make.
Yeah. Well, because I mean, I'm a little bit of both, because it's like there's some that I look at and I go, okay, these are terrible songs. I don't know why other people like them. Other people like them. I don't know why they like them, but I think they're terrible, and I'm putting them on the list. But they're classics. Then there's another list of like every time I hear them on the radio, I just want to turn it off. So I'm going to go for the first side, and don't worry, I'm going to give you the rest of my list after we're done anyway. Pick number one. I think this is the all-time worst Christmas song ever out there. I don't care who you are. Fight me if you want. I will not be taking follow-up questions. Christmas Shoes.
Dang it. I knew you were going to go there. I knew you were going to take it, and it's the one I wanted.
It's the worst for a lot of different reasons. I would say, first of all, like, because you hear it over and over again, it's played all the time. It's one of those that like the Christian stations will play it because it's, you know, kind of quasi-Christian as well as being a Christmas song. So you get this over and over again. But like, this is the butterfly kisses of Christmas songs. Get this garbage off of my radio. This is not first of all, this is also wins the award for like, I'll take things that never happened for 1,000, Bob, because in no universe is a child going somewhere and is going to buy shoes and knows enough to buy the shoes, but is that cute. So they're young enough to be that cute, but they're old enough to know enough that their mom is on her deathbed, but they're dumb enough to think mom's on their deathbed. So let's get shoes.
So she needs pretty shoes for when she meets Jesus.
Right, yeah. So you know enough to know that she's going to meet Jesus. At the same time, you don't know enough to know, hey, our earthly tent isn't going with us, so it doesn't matter what you dress her up in. She's still going in the box anywhere, kid, okay? So, sorry, the only thing you're getting on Christmas morning is disappointment.
As someone whose dad died on December 23rd, I shouldn't be laughing. All right, you took the one.
And how did you know his mom's size? It's Christmas Eve. First of all, this is a line from the song. It's Christmas Eve and these shoes are just her size. Neither of those match up. How do you know your mom? Do you know your mom's shoe size? Doubtful.
I don't know my wife's shoe size.
Exactly. Point being, it's dumb all around.
Okay.
Your pick.
My pick. I got to go Mary Did You Know? Because she freaking knew.
Good pick.
She had to know. She maybe didn't know all the details, but she knew. And repeating the question 1,000 times, I don't want that. Get out of here. Mary knew. That's my first pick. Mary Did You Know? Because she knew. That's why it's terrible.
First of all, I'm with you. It's theologically inaccurate because she knew anyway. Second of all, I think it's only been made worse by the Pentatonics because, anybody who has like a kitchen or a bathroom full of Ray Dunn stuff is just playing Mary Did You Know on repeat all Christmas long, but specifically from the Pentatonics, and it makes me want to vomit. Your Ray Dunn stuff and your Mary Did You Know, when I come into your house, I'm throwing up. Do you have a Ray Dunn like vomit bowl? Who says white people don't have culture?
All right. First pick of the second round, Eric. Who is your second worst Christmas song that's still available?
I'm really torn between two. But this is a similar theme. I think I got to go. I Saw Mommy Kissing Santa Claus.
Okay.
I saw
on my board.
I Saw Mommy Kissing Santa Claus. Again, if you just think through, like, you're not reading the lyrics here, or you're not thinking about the lyrics here. I mean, I understand conceptually it's like Santa Claus is really dad, right, in this scenario. But think about how messed up this kid would be if you just saw, I saw my mother cheating on my father.
Making out with Santa
Underneath the mistletoe. And it's like, and he's trying, at the end, he's like, oh, what a laugh it would have been if Daddy had only seen Mommy kissing Santa Claus last night. that would not have
That's
been
some
allowed.
Jerry Falwell Jr. stuff right there.
Yeah, that would have. Yeah, right. Jerry's in the corner. Little did you know, this is Jerry's house, and he's recording him. Like, this would be crazy. And then at the end, he's being gaslit because he's sitting there going, I really did. It's like, oh, this kid is going to need therapy big time.
Yep. Second pick for me, lyrically based as well. Baby, It's Cold Outside.
That was, you know what? I was between those two.
It had to be said. If they were married, sure, maybe not as bad. If they're not married, though, my goodness, talk about pressuring someone into something that's definitely not purity culture approved.
Oh yeah, this is definitely 100%.
It's bad. Well, and then the thing is, John Legend and Kelly Clarkson tried to fix it a few years ago, and they made it even worse, which fully locks it into one. It's a terrible song, no matter how you look at it. It's got to be on there.
Yep. That's a solid start.
All right, so let's recap. Eric, your first two songs are Christmas Shoes and I Saw Mommy Kissing Santa Claus. My first two songs are Mary Did You Know and Baby It's Cold Outside. Who is your third round pick for worst Christmas song ever?
It's interesting that we kind of have the same category, I would say, as we're going down here. Let's see. I'm going to go with my third is going to be Grandma Got Run Over by a Reindeer.
Okay.
Grandma Got Run Over by a Reindeer because I think it combines my first two picks. It's like what's bad about my first two without being worse than either. Because
it's the utility of both of them.
Yeah, because the morbidity of singing a song about grandma getting run over by about your grandmother dying in a livestock related accident on Christmas, coming home from our house on Christmas Eve. Grandma's always telling you, especially if you live in the Midwest, watch out for deer. No, guess what? Spoiler alert, ipso facto, changeo ballo, she gets run over by a reindeer. And what are we doing? We're singing about it like it's no big deal. Come on,
happily singing about it.
Yeah. So you're combining the morbidity of Christmas Shoes. Also, I don't know where you're at, where reindeer are just, willy-nilly running around killing grandmas, number one. So that's also unlikely. And then two, on the I Saw Mommy Kissing Santa Claus side, it's think about you're going to need therapy. Kids are going to need therapy singing this song every Christmas. And this is what you're singing now? No, thank you. No, thank you. Get it out of here.
Quality pick. Wasn't on my board, but quality pick. Third round for me, I've got five here I could go with. But I think I might, Wonderful Christmas Time by Paul McCartney. I'm putting it on there.
Yeah.
I don't hate the melody or the song in general, but the arrangement sounds like me pressing random buttons on the synthesizer app that I have on my iPad. And that's what the whole thing is. Yeah. I had heard most versions of Wonderful Christmas Time I hear is a different arrangement. I went back and listened to Paul McCartney's version of this, which I think was the original, and it's horrible. Yeah. It is absolutely terrible. And for a guy as talented as him, there's no way he should have put that out.
Well, and it's somebody turned on too much of the, what would you call that, reverb or echo effect too, because that's the other piece. Is it's when you got that first, whatever your first keyboard was or whatever your first noisemaker. For me, there I think it was a first drum pad, and you're messing with all the knobs and the buttons, and then somebody just decided, oh, we're going to go with that.
We're going to press all of them and make it as annoying as possible.
Exactly. I mean, it was on my list. It was on a different section of my list, but yeah, definitely on my list as well.
All right, round 4. Who you got?
Hold on, I gotta update my board. I deleted something. All right. Since you went that direction, I think I've got to go with another former Beatle and go with Happy Xmas, The War Is Over by John Lennon. I think you can leave this on only because of Yoko's dead cat warbling in the background, whatever that was. And I mean, that is if we want to go the opposite side of Baby It's Cold Outside relationally, and this dude this dude, not only did the Beatles get broken up by her, but then it was like, you know what? I think her pipes are good enough. I'm going to put her on a Christmas song that generations are going to be suffering for from now on.
Yeah, her pipes are good enough.
And it's like, I don't even know the message that they're trying to get across. Like, so this is Christmas. So what have you done? Like, I don't even get it. It's just, it's a dumb song.
Yeah. 4th round, I'm taking Santa Baby.
Okay.
It just sucks. I don't have a great reason for it. I don't love the idea of sexualizing anything related to the fat man in the sleigh.
Yep.
Like, I mean, what you and your Mrs. Claus do in the bedroom, I'm all for it, but I don't want to sing about it. Like, I mean, you got your nips out here on the show, but if you and your wife want to do that, more power to you. If you like, if that's what 2 consenting adults want to partake in within the context of marriage, sure, that's purity culture approved. I'm okay with it, but don't tell me about it because you're gonna make me stumble.
Yeah, I'm with you too. I mean, the Santa Baby was on my list too. That's a good pick. It's in the same realm as Baby It's Cold Outside and I Saw Mommy Kissing Santa Claus. It's like overly sexualizing. But you know what? It's taking a page out of the Christian's book, out of, modern, 2000s Christian pop music. It's like, let's take a song or a concept, and instead of writing a love song towards somebody of the opposite sex, let's write a love song towards Jesus and call that a worship song. Same thing here.
But now we're going to say Santa.
We write love songs. What if we did a love song for Santa Claus? And it's like, both of those are weird, and put your mind in spots that you just don't want to go.
Yep. All right. So you've got Christmas Shoes, I Saw Mommy Kissing Santa Claus, Grandma Got Run Over by a Reindeer, and Happy Xmas by John Lennon. What is your 5th and final pick for bad Christmas songs?
Okay. You know what? Okay, I'll have to save that. I'll have to save that for the post. Okay.
Will it get you the win? Use it.
No, it's not. It's not going to get me the win.
Okay.
I'm going to go with the winner, and I'm going to go with I Want a Hippopotamus for Christmas. And not because it's just impractical. Okay. So like Santa Baby, if you read Santa Baby, she's asking for all these things that are like, there's no way. Like, she is the only person who gets a car for Christmas, even though this is the December to Remember, right? You see all these car commercials where people are getting cars. Yeah. But I Want a Hippopotamus for Christmas is equally impractical because nobody wants that. But it's not just that. It's that they play it all the time. It's overplayed. And similar to Wonderful Christmas Time, the song just stinks because it's like, it's like terrible.
I kind of love it.
No,
because my wife introduced me to
awful,
it. She loved it.
Hate it. Number 5, Want a Hippopotamus. First of all, if that's my kid, I did a terrible job of parenting. I Want a Hippopotamus for Christmas. What's the next part? Because only a hippopotamus will do.
Hippopotamus will do.
I'm sorry. What in the Willy Wonka, Charlie and the Chocolate Factory type of, Veruca Salt kid situation are you in if your kid with a straight face can say that, let alone sing that to you? Get out. Be happy with whatever I put under the tree for you. Get out.
I have a separate category called If I Want to Cause Controversy.
Okay.
Which I Want a Hippopotamus was on because I like it, but others don't. If I wanted to go like pick by pick and try to match you, I would say Dominic the Donkey here. Okay. But I'm not going to say Dominic the Donkey. That's a possible though. There are 2 others I thought about doing here, but I'm not.
Here's the deal. I have the last pick. I've got 6 honorable mentions. So if you don't pick one of those,
I've got other.
We got to go through.
We'll go through them, but anyway. I can say these because I know you're not going to take them. I was going to do Mistletoe by Justin Bieber, mainly because the chorus is with you, Shawty, with you, Shawty, with you under the mistletoe. But I don't think enough people know it, so I'm not going to get the win if I use Mistletoe. Then I thought about doing Please Daddy Don't Get Drunk This Christmas by John Denver. But again, that's one that most people don't know. But if you look at the lyrics of "Please Daddy, Don't Get Drunk This Christmas," I'm trying to load them on my computer here. It's glorious. "Please Daddy, don't get drunk this Christmas. I don't want to see my mama cry. Just last year when I was only 7, now I'm almost 8, as you can see. You came home 11:15, fell down underneath our Christmas tree." So that would have been good, but not enough people know it.
Yeah.
So I think with my final pick, I'm going to go with the Chipmunk song by Alvin and the Chipmunks.
Okay.
Because they're just annoying. Like I have no other reason than once you hear that, it gets stuck in your head, and I never want to hear that song again.
Yeah.
So
that one I'm good for about like 2 listens a season. If I hear it twice after that, I'm like, okay, that's cool. It's Christmas. I'm done. It's that song to me is like eggnog. It's like I can have 1 cup and be like, all right, that was cool but the way that they just shove that song down your throat, like if you were just freebasing eggnog, you would just want to throw up.
Yeah. All right, let's recap before we get into our honorable mentions. Right now, leave a comment down below the YouTube video whose team you think won, Team Eric or Team Jonathan. Team Eric is Christmas Shoes, I Saw Mommy Kissing Santa Claus, Grandma Got Run Over by a Reindeer, Happy Xmas by John Lennon, and I Want a Hippopotamus for Christmas. That's a strong team, Eric. You got a strong team there.
Yeah, you got it.
If you think Team Jonathan won, I've got Mary Did You Know, Baby It's Cold Outside, Wonderful Christmas Time by Paul McCartney, Santa Baby, and the Chipmunk song. Pick your winner, put it down below. We're going to pick at least one person, maybe a couple people, to get a t-shirt from our merch store at unlearningyouthgroup.com. Unlearning Church Staff's the other show that I'm doing. But you get a free t-shirt, put your pick below. Eric, what's your best honorable mention? If you had to pick one honorable mention, what didn't make the list?
You only want the best?
Give me the best first.
Okay. I was going to say this is number 5 because this is the worst Christmas song, and it's the it's the Hanukkah song by Adam Sandler.
That is a terrible Christmas song.
But I figured that would be cheating, so I won't go with that. But yeah, the Hanukkah song. The others I have are broken down into, I've got 2 songs that are like typical Christmas songs I don't like. I've got 1 song that is a Christian-ish song that's terrible, and then 2 songs that quite frankly should never have been recorded. So they're all in kind of different categories.
All right, let's hear them. Go for it.
All right. The 2 songs that are Christmas songs, that are popular Christmas songs or typical Christmas songs I just don't like are the Same Old Lang Syne. I don't know if you've heard that one. Yep. I think that was just terrible. And then similar to the Hippopotamus and the Grandma Got Run Over by a Reindeer is All I Want for Christmas Is My 2 Front Teeth. I haven't heard that as much. That's not as like prominent on the Christmas stations, but those 2 can go straight in the trash. Be gone. So those are like the more popular traditional Christmas. Then there's the semi-Christian one, and this was I think Bono and U2 did it, but with a couple other artists. But do they know it's Christmas?
I had that one on there.
I mean, talk about tone deaf. They're singing. First of all, they're doing this like fundraising thing for African communities, and then they're like, "Do they know it's Christmas?" As if like there's no Christmas, like there's no Christians in Africa.
Hang on. Here's a quote from the song. They just totally out of context. If you didn't know this was a Christmas song, there won't be snow in Africa this Christmas time. The greatest gift they'll get this year is life. Where nothing ever grows, no rain nor rivers flow, do they know it's Christmas time at all? What in the world?
This is crazy. I mean, like, they won't get snow as if that was supposed to be one of the greatest Christmas gifts. Like,
you and I won't get snow either.
You're right. I definitely, yeah. It's crazy. And Africa as a continent is like way bigger than, it's the second largest and second most populous continent after Asia. And we're pretending like what? Like it's some one foreign remote community of something. And like, anyway, terrible song.
But
terrible.
Hey, speaking of snow, for people who aren't watching, I'm currently wearing a sweater that says Jesus wasn't white, but I hope your Christmas is.
which
and
is, it's the perfect response to, do they know it's Christmas? First of all, what do you mean they? Is that like, do you people know it's Christmas? You can't say that, Bono, number one. Number two, we talk about it all the time. In fact, if you go back to one of our previous episodes on racism, and you go back to the previous episodes where we've talked about, the Ethiopian church, like, yeah, they probably do know it's Christmas.
More than we do. Yep.
Yeah. All right. 2 more songs. One, it's just for the title. This is a serious song by Bon Jovi called Backdoor Santa.
Is that purity culture approved?
Backdoor Santa. I'm not kidding. And this is like, it feels like a pure cash grab, which I don't know that it's actually, Bon Jovi made it popular. They're singing it, but it's like, they call me Backdoor Santa. I make my runs about the break of day. They call me Backdoor Santa. I make all the little girls happy while the boys are out to play. Oh my God.
What?
I keep some change in my pocket because the little children are at home. I give them a few pennies so we could be alone. Okay. Like, and wouldn't old Santa be in trouble if there ain't no chimney in the house? I like the euphemisms here are just crazy. So,
I've never heard that
Santa.
I'm glad I have. Oh my goodness.
Give it a listen, I guess, or don't.
Or don't. All right. Finally, so to close this out, you got one more. Okay.
Yeah. This is another one. It's called "Don't Shoot Me, Santa" by the Killers. Have you heard this? No,
I have not.
By the Killers. So you would think guys like us. I mean, it was a 2016 song.
They've got some decent Christmas songs.
Yeah. Let's see here. Oh, Santa, I've been killing just for fun while the party's over because I got a bullet in my gun. Santa's got a bullet in his gun. You know it. Santa's got a bullet in his gun. Don't shoot me, Santa Claus. I've been a clean living boy. I promise you, did every little thing you asked me to. I can't believe the things I'm going through. Like, this may be the worst overall Christmas song, but I tried to pick some that, were, this is like worse. This is Christmas shoe, like the inverse of Christmas shoes. This is this is what happens when the Christmas shoes kid grows up and becomes a serial killer.
Yeah. Or the guy who saw
Mommy kissing Santa Claus. Exactly.
Yeah. Yeah.
Or the guy that was raised by the Santa baby mom. Or the dude that caught the backdoor Santa and didn't appreciate the penny he gave him. Oh. And all this because he wanted his 2 front teeth for Christmas. Oh my gosh.
This is what happens when we record in the afternoon instead of in the morning.
And his grandma got run over by a reindeer. What, and he doesn't even know if Mary knew. This is what happens when we go without notes.
On that note, on YouTube, leave us your winners below. I'm going to recap again. Eric had Christmas shoes. I saw Mommy kissing Santa Claus. Grandma got run over by a reindeer. Happy Xmas. And I want a hippopotamus. I had Mary, Did You Know? Baby, It's Cold Outside. Wonderful Christmas Time. Santa Baby and the Chipmunk song. Let us know in the comments what your favorite is. Who won? We'll get a shirt out to somebody. New season starts Monday, January the 9th. Make sure you subscribe here on YouTube and your favorite podcast platform so you get that whenever it comes out. If you've got a story, go to unlearningyouthgroup.com, click a button on that, record your story so we can have some of those for the first part of the episodes. But that's it for us. Hope you have a great Christmas, and we will see you in January. Merry Christmas, everybody.
Merry Christmas.